Right. Uh, Definitely look like that. This daily looking like it's gonna reach for these buy stops up here, or even potentially this wick of this candle that took out this buy stops. Right. And we still haven't even taken out the previous day candle high yet, or the candle low. We just look and see. So it looks like we definitely working our way up here. And if we bearish, we might want to reach a little bit lower. And we could try to reach for, I believe we reached for this already. So we could end up trying to go for this volume imbalance up in here if we bearish, or that previous day low at least. So that's that. But again, if we extremely bullish, then we're probably gonna get past all these levels and then push for this. So let's go to the 15. So now it's 7:30 here. We do have this buy stops. Definitely accumulated for a long time. And then you can see here, created these relative equal lows right there. So, and this is right here, the current daily wick, leaving at relative equal lows. Previous day lows down here. And there we got these buy stops, west and above. Then we have our opening range. So what I'm gonna do is now let's just wait on the 1 minute to see what kind of happens in here. Buy stop was ran. I mean, the possibility of, so we could take out this opening range high, push up, and then try to work our way to the opening range low, probably even further, even like to these lows or even this one. And then we might try to push back up. So might go like push opening range high, showing some momentum to the downside. And if we get that, I will look into it. But these are some firm buy stops. So really just have to wait and see if that can happen. Uh, it's that 7:30 open. It's the high. And so if we do want to break out of this range, we have the 0.5 area right here, lining up with this buy stops. All right. But what else I'm gonna do is, just in case we don't want to reach for the buy stops, we could reach for the event horizon, which I'll just get rid of. I'll go like that. Between this candle high, the open range high, to the buy stops. So this is where we can push, and then we can obviously like see a nice retrace from here and avoid the buy stops until 9:30 opens up, or even 8:30, honestly. Let me quickly check for news. Okay, yeah, we got non-farm and yeah, we got news at 8:30. So if I do find a setup, I have to be out way before that. So when it hit 8 o'clock and there's no setup by then I'll just go ahead and wait until like 8:30. Right? And this is what we had for news. We have this. So we have this 8:30 non-farm plan. We got kind of three of them. So we'll see if we be able to find a setup today or not. Might have to be later on, which I'm not really looking to trade the PM session this month. So guess we'll see. It's gonna obviously be extremely slow. As you can see, when 7 a.m. opened up, we impulsed up, and now we start not really consolidate here. So took out that opening range high, avoided trading to uh, event horizon. Okay, so yep, as we can go to 15 minute, we see boom, open range high. Still looking to see if we might want to run up higher. We do have this 15-minute inefficiency, this bullish inefficiency. So we're gonna see what just the 5 minute. Definitely still want to get up there. I mean, if I do find a setup, of course I'll have to get out. Um, I'll get out. Wait, like a couple minutes before news. I don't want to be involved in that, especially around if I'm on payroll at least. Okay, I think we got our 7:30 first percent. This can kind of count, which in a sense, until we find until another cleaner first percent for value gap shape up, I'll go ahead and pay attention to this one until something more impulsive decides to want to arrive. We don't have to. So if it doesn't happen, then I'll just continue using this one. First presented for value gap. right there. Definitely trying to keep reaching for the highs. It's waiting. Slowly pushing up there. Slowly but surely. I mean, this thing could hit my draw and then hit my other draw within a flash of a second, depending on what's going on, right? And how they want to go about this, or it could just take over the entire range, then we chop around for a little bit, or we catch a continuation. Depends on how I want to do it. We close to that daily buy stops right there. Wait, are we? Hold up. Where is my? Or not? The, oh, that's why I got that. Oh, that's the previous day high, man. Nah, yeah, previous day high. And if it get past the previous day high, then probably gonna look for this if it wanna get crazy. If it wanna get crazy. I don't know if it's gonna push all the way up here today. Probably just gonna happen around 9:30. Depends on how this wants to expand up out of here. If we get that, then we have these lows right here. But I don't know if it's gonna wait for 8:30 or 9:30 to take them. Guess we just gonna find out if we're not in that setup by then. All right, so all right, that's still doing good. Everything is still working. Oh, what the hell? Come on. Let me. Yeah. So we did get a 15-minute closure outside of here. So the possibility of probably price coming back into here and pushing up. Let's see. Yeah. This I might honestly want to continue up to the highs in here. So kind of want to see if we're gonna pull back and then show continuation to the upside. Especially if we only work on the lower half without showing any displacement to the downside. Yeah, definitely think it's waiting for that news. So I'm gonna give this a second real quick. What a macro, try to figure it out. I mean, yeah, so far you can see the bodies in here. So far it's working its way back in and staying within this range after we worked our way out of here. Avoided this event horizon. Now you see the bodies here. Now we want to see some type of continuation, pull with a pullback, maybe be reacting off one of these levels and then showing more continuation to the downside. And then could look for these lows or even the opening range low. I'll point this one out here. And then we can look to target this negative 0.5 if it wants to. But first, let's see if it gives us or give me a setup or anything like that. Because this thing really can just tank down. This is our macro open. Displacing. Definitely need to see a pullback, and then I will need to see a pullback with a follow through. That's really all I'm looking for in this scenario right now. All right. In the meantime, I'm probably just gonna cut the stream off and then come back until 8:30. I really don't wanna. Yeah, after 8:30, I might just come back. Well, no, I'll just let this play out. Yeah, I'll just keep this running. I mean, it took out buy stops. I mean, now we got a pullback. Could get a follow through to the lows at this point in time, but we so close that I just missing the original setup. I kind of rather wait until after. Could take breathe this though. Once this candle close, I mean, we still not see. I like this a lot more than this because we're in the middle of the range, right? Side of this bullish inefficiency. So this setup is a lot more different, even though we kind of got it, we kind of have the same setup, pullback continuation, boom, but it's where it happened and how it happened. So this basically took out both sides of the range. So we could just chop right here inside of this inefficiency until 8:30. Especially ES didn't take out the low, or this candle high. So at this point in time, it's best to just wait until 8:30. And I'm gonna look at and see how this was missed real quick. Yeah, we're just working for this. Want to see how we trade into here. I mean, 830 might just surpass all this stuff. So we're gonna see what they want to do. Yeah, we're just working for this. All right, so I'm gonna do 3 minutes in. Um, Let me get rid of this. Let's get rid of these real quick. Well, I'll keep it on. Get rid of that. I'm trying to see. What highs are these? So ES took the previous day high, and this is the previous day high too. I believe so, right? Yeah. Yeah. So ES and NQ both took out the previous day high now. So let's see if this is gonna wanna try to push up, or we're gonna get some reaction to the downside. But more than likely, this would probably be a continuation. We'll see. We still have these smooth relative equal lows, so this might want to reverse and then reach this level, and then we can probably push up to the upside. We got this 15-minute inefficiency. So let's see. Let's see if we can come up for. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just take these. I'll keep. So you know we ran to those deviation levels. But going over that one trade, I'm gonna just go over this one. More than likely for me, I would have trailed my stop instead of getting out all the way here. Only because we had some lows down here, and then we have this draw down here. So I would have just trailed it to see how much I can get overall. So I wouldn't have made much on this position, but everything still kind of played out to the idea I was looking for. Just kind of sick to the stomach. I missed that right there. Here. Soon as we got that complete closure below both of my key levels, and then manipulating the opening range high. Okay, there we go. We took out that 30 high. Definitely looking at this down here. This look nice for later. Hopefully we can get there, get a nice pullback before a continuation of higher overall. But I mean, we could obviously just go higher throughout the day. And if we do that, that's fine. Just won't take no trade. Nah, not a trade at all. I'm looking for bearishness to these lows. And we have now relative equal lows with this and here. And this that right before 8:30 opened up. Which is the 8:30 open sitting right above all my key levels. Right there. So got this low over here. It's relative equal lows. So we could come down here, but this area here is completely fine to target. Might just trail it though to see if I can get something to get all the way down here, depending on how many contracts I have on or how many I can scale into. Then yeah, that look. Look at the hourly real quick. Yeah, hourly displacing nice. Looking like I just want to target these highs. And if later on we reach this level, then I might just look for like a little small setup. But I'm honestly not even really. And I'll take it on a paper trade account, of course, because I'm not looking to trade anything on any of my live accounts in that PM session. All in the morning session. So what do we have? See, we got a 4 hour. We got a 4 hour bearish inefficiency. So it could come down. I mean, if we get above this, then yeah, we definitely bullish for the morning. Even when 9:30 potentially open up. Mm. Let's put some. All right. Now I kind of want to see if we start getting this continuation down. I need to see displacement though. I need to see like a move down, push a pullback, and a continuation. And then that will give me confidence to take this down to at least this area, the opening range high, or even these lows targeting negative 0.5. We go to ES. ES is in a sense doing the same thing. We have, I mean, I'm gonna mark up this spot stops in here, right there. So we got that. Wait, let me see these highs real quick. 2 p.m. All right, so yeah, NQ and ES essentially doing the same thing. Had the same kind of look. Both took out that high. So let's see. Now we might trade outside of this zone a little bit, but that's completely fine. Want to see the macro kick in and probably see if it want to start reversing. I do want to see if ES want to come up a little bit more. DXY is crazy bearish. Trying to run for the low. That's what we're going for on DXY. Should be taking that out any second. Reaching that high of that 4 hour. That oil still in that gap, and this is DXY. Just took out the low now. So this explains what's going on in Q. Man, this could come up to this bearish order block too, right? This up close movement here for the move down, come down for this liquidity, or even these lows once more before we run up for these highs. I mean, again, unless 930 opens up, and that's the first thing we want to aim for is this, which obviously this is the draw, but I'm anticipating like a better pullback and then reaching for the draw. But again, it could reach for this first and then give a setup to reach these lows here. Which if it does that by 930, or if it doesn't give me a setup by 930, then I'll just have to wait. till next week, I guess. Right? So the slow start of the week or the month for me. No trades this month at all. But that's fine. Not here really like rush anything. Yeah, we working outside of that daily or that 4 hour minute. I don't mind if we do all this, like working outside of it, because that's just giving ES a chance to try to work his way up in here a little bit more. Cause we took out the buy stops. Right? All the way up here, took all this. And then we have this small little gap up in here. So it could reach for this too. So that is the idea. Price reaching for this, because that's a 15-minute inefficiency, and then we'll really start seeing that movement down. We might just run into this gap and then potentially run higher. So we do have to be careful. If we do find a setup, we got to see how it trades in here. Really want to see that run through though, because we have these equal lows. And then NQ also have relative equal lows. But this is SMT because NQ took out this low. And obviously, look, ES failed to take out this candle low, which formed equal lows, but both pairs have equal lows. See that here and here? So I don't mind if it's doing all this. Cause again, we got that this bearish order block 4 hour. Make that like that. And we took out a key daily low on the DXY. Inside of this huge volume imbalance. There. Took out this daily low. Monday's low, should I say. Took out Monday's low. And now this can obviously show a wick and then potentially want to reach for this gap here. But if you can look at it, we have these relative lows down here. So, but I'll be really extremely bearish from this point once we get below here. And then showing that we want to push to the downside. Right? ES reached that level. We reached this 4 hour bearish order block. I mean, we traded outside this 4 hour order block, but when the next 4 hour open or close in an hour. So yeah, at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock is when the next one open up. So since it's a Friday, I might just extend my trading time. Cause I haven't found nothing all week. I'm not gonna extend it like too far though, just to like yeah, I'll say until like 10 a.m. Pull up in my yeah. I can do it. I can do that. Then depending on how like 9:30 open up. 9:30 opened up a way I don't really like. Then might just come in and call it. Yeah, give me one sec. All right. I end up having a trade yesterday. Wasn't really looking too bad. Now my focus needs to shift to ES. I mean, so far we're getting this push down, pull back. I mean, if we get a displacement in here, then I'll go ahead and look to take this to back to the downside. I mean, I do like the way where ES is right now. It's a little bit weaker. Like if we look at it, I like how ES is like shaping up. Not this. And that side of that 15-minute gap inside of this 4 hour inefficiency. So currently we are trading inside of this gap, but we took out hella buy stops. So main focus should be on your draw and liquidity, which can be down here to these relative close. Let's see what we reaching though. We have that. We have this gap in here. I think we hit a 15-minute gap. Yeah, but again, we're not focused on that. Wait, when is close? Let me see. Okay, I've got 12 minutes. Oh yeah, hold up. Let me focus on NQ. NQ is just as good. And we inverted this gap right here from below. This is like one contract. I'm gonna try a mini short there. I'm gonna do a bought high. And if this is loose, then done for the day. Simple and easy as that. I said if we push down there, that'd be a good place. No, even like open range high. This is where I want to see it get real bearish, but I mean, if we don't, probably just. I mean, if this can't get bearish from here, probably just get out of this, because it's gonna only go up higher from here if it don't want to go down. That's the whole idea, is to see this literally push down into that opening range high. I'm sure it can go down to these lows, but probably just gonna get what we can outside of this. Well, I mean, I feel like the lows is pretty good. Yeah. Or even that negative point -5 down there. All right, I want to see if it can work in this lower half and get bearish. If we close above that, probably just reassess and close this out, because it might want to reach for these highs again. But we'll see. See how it closes above it. Because really, I want to start seeing this like flush away. But if it ain't doing that, then it's just stalling out, waiting for 930. Like I said, I'd rather be in this if 930 is down here. 930 opens up down here, okay, that's cool. But if we close back above this, which that's not what I want to see, then probably just go ahead and reassess heading into 930. Or actually, I'm gonna just reduce my risk. So if we come back above this 4 hour, then I'd rather be out the trade. Or even if we close above 50% of the gap, then I'll probably reassess this too. Like right here, this is where I don't want to see this push away. If we start pushing more above it, inside of it, just gonna close it for like a little break even. Let's go ahead and see. Do we? Cause we is tapping inside that 15-minute gap. Okay, just gonna close it there. Cause that 15-minute gap, this is where I want to see it run away. Now it definitely still could, and if it does that, then oh damn. Okay, maybe I'm just over managing it. But we still have an opportunity to get back in. I definitely like this. Make sure. I do gotta screenshot that though, just in case. It did exact. I mean, it did. This delivered nicely, but again, we tapping into a 15-minute gap. So this is where I wanted to see this get a bit stronger. I am bearish overall on this scenario, but again, we tapping into that 15-minute gap. Even though I don't care for it, definitely just don't want to take unnecessary losses and have to have some super good risk management, right? So I mean, we do have another gap. If this shapes up, we have this to. I mean, this is all open. I'll say a stop just above here. Oh, yeah, it's looking good. Okay, let's take this. Okay, let me make sure I put that. Now this is good, but honestly, price is slowing down. So trying to see if anything else shapes up here. Yeah, we have our 1, 2, 3 with a fair value gap. We got both of these inefficiencies open. So we could have a deeper retracement considering we didn't. Usually outside of this, like I'm honestly happy how I managed it, even though it kind of planned out. Only because usually in these scenarios, like after I get in, usually this will like dump straight off. Not that it can't still, but again, back to this setup so many times. It's like when certain things like this happen, especially how we treated this 4 hour low with the bodies closing in on it with this fair value gap and this old buy side that it's respecting. I'm willing to close the trade out, reassess. So if it want to come back up for the highs and then try to go, I'm willing to take that too. And that's kind of what the idea I was going for here. But obviously stuff like this happen where you feel like you need to reassess, you close the trade, and then now it's going in your favor a little bit. I don't feel no way about it because I had something in mind that I wanted to see that it didn't do. And if it ain't doing what I want to see, then I'm willing to cut the trade out, even if it's willing to go my direction. Hence why I screenshotted it here. So if it plays out, reach this level, which I think it is now. But once it reached this level, then I screenshot it again. And I'm like, okay, adding this to the books. But it's nice to see that the idea is playing out. And this can quickly change because it is 8:30 candle right here. So we'd have to see how we work below this quadrant. But I'm thinking that's going to get ran through and we're going to reach probably these levels, these lows down here. So this was the setup. Where was it here? Stop there, target here. 3.5 hard, that would have been decent. Would have been trailed here. That would have been my trail in place so far. So if this trade was still going, I'll be managing it this way. Or at least I'll say like, yeah, right here. Because I wouldn't want it to reach this 4 hour high or a 4 hour low again here. This is where I want to see it reach this level first if it's going to decide to want to push back up higher. And since we have SMTs at this low, it might not want to come all the way down here. But listen, it's 9:13. It's being real slow. So regardless if I was in this trade, it'd be like this. So we'll see how I play out. Target like somewhere in there. Let's say stop is here. Yeah. And it's like losing steam too. And it's NFP day, so I'm glad I kind of managed the way I did. Like I don't really care about all this right here. Honestly, I don't. I'm not even worried about placing another trade at all. Honestly. Yeah, I do think it's gonna reach this low, and it might even reach. I think this is where I wanted to see it go to right here. Yes, it's almost down. And see, yes, played out good too. 2, 3. Could have been an entry there or inside this fair value gap. Just stop above. Target these relative equal lows or even the first presented fair value gap. Thinking this move gonna play out before 9:30, which is ideally what I was looking for to happen. I got tricked out of my own shoes out here. Probably could have looked at the higher time frame a little bit more, but this was everything telling me. The 4 hour low, this whole pie size and efficiency. So want to be more extremely on the cautious side, especially after NFP. Like after NFP, like next week will not be managing this way for sure. But it is NFP day, so always have to be careful how you trade on this day. For me, on NFP days, I'm always trading like extremely cautious, picky. I definitely just want to see a dump. I don't want to see no pullbacks for real. If we getting pullbacks, I'm thinking we're gonna probably consolidate like this or even worse because we had that 8:30 news. So hey, here's what it is. So, yeah, would have been trying to stop right there still. If we bearish, definitely don't want to see return back to this. But you know how 9:30 probably gonna get boom, reaching this level and then drop. Or it could just reach this level, drop down, and then push up. But there's really no volume in these candles. Like no real true volume. I mean, you have to look at the higher time frame, honestly. Like the 3 minutes, okay, but even then, this was better volume. This is what I liked. The entry up in here was beautiful. It's just I got tricked out a little bit, but not necessarily because I didn't like how we was trading at that low of the 4 hour. Because we could have used this 4 hour here as an inversion to then push up higher. Still think it's gonna get down there though. Hopefully, it can get down there before 9:30 open. I think even if I was in this trade, best time probably to close this would be here because no volume. It's just wait until 9:30. At the 8:30 close, 8:30 open here. Then a close. But again, if we bearish, I don't want to see it return to that 4 hour inefficiency of low. Just this. And this would have been stop loss. Nine 30 about to open up soon. Inside this 8:30 inefficiency. Again, on NFP days, even though I don't care for them, but on NFP days, you have to be aware of everything, no matter what. Because that doesn't mean that we have to come for these lows or even tap this. We could have just came down where I'm looking, break even, another small trade day. Like it would have been for the first trade anyway. The way I would have managed it. Same way for this one. So yeah, oh no, I think today was decent price action. To be honest, decent for NSP. Honestly, wait, let me. Yeah, here probably it's a better idea to close the trade, even though you would have won 930, or at least take a partial if you did take a partial. But if you got one contract on for NFP day, yeah, it's best to take this because this thing is so random. It's really random. But the idea and we want to see is these lows down here, which I do think 930 will get to, right? But it could do a whole lot before it get there. Yeah, once I took out this low again, better off closing it because it's just a trail here. Unless you truly think it'll get there, you just leave your stop here. Since we took out the low and the high within one candle, you don't have to trail it like too tight though. Could trail like here, above this for like that. I don't know, that's what I would have done. Like if it was regular price action, I would have trailed it like that. I mean, with no NFP for, if it wasn't NFP day, I have my stop here still. Because I do believe that if 930 opens up, it'll just probably pump into here. Or even like, since my stop was originally here, I'll probably just have it like up here. Because it's a small loss if it does stop me out. Only because I'm looking for a larger move to the downside. And even into this that I was looking at earlier. 9:30 opened up, and here go the next candle. Just would have missed the stop. Now I want to see if this follow through. This might not. No. I mean, that would have been stopped out. So, what if only gotten, let's see, that is 62 handles on like 64. Not bad, but not much for one contract. I mean, it does build it up though, but I mean, that would have been like 100 and something bucks, but yeah, that would have been nice. Either way, the other stop was like up here. Either this one or this one. But obviously, if it's pushing up like that, you can either just close it. It's pushing up. This might want to continue for this high, and then might want to push down. I'm actually going to end it here and then let it do its thing. Probably check it out later. Go live if anything. High probability shapes up for this day. Maybe even want to reach up for this at the end of the day or during the PM session or something like that. So we'll see. We shall see. Yeah, man, I think it was a little good run today. 2 hours on a day. So it's just gonna keep it like that. Yeah, man. Peace.